The Lion and the Clever Tortoise. In the heart of the vast, sun-drenched savannah, where golden grasses shimmered under the relentless sun and acacia trees stood like ancient sentinels, Leo the lion reigned supreme. His mane, a crown of burnished gold, framed a face etched with power and pride. His roar, a thunderous declaration of dominance, sent ripples of fear through the herds of antelope and zebra that grazed the plains. Leo was not just strong, he was a force of nature, and he knew it. Every day, Leo paraded through his kingdom, his amber eyes gleaming with self-importance. He gathered his subjects beneath the sprawling branches of the great baobab tree, his voice booming like distant thunder. I am Leo, king of the savannah. No beast can outmatch my strength. No creature can rival my wisdom. I am the mightiest and the wisest of all. The animals nodded and murmured their agreement, although their eyes betrayed their unease. They had seen Leo's wrath, and they knew better than to challenge him. Even the elephants, with their immense size, tread carefully in his presence. One afternoon, as the sun hung low in the sky, Leo came across a group of young gazelles leaping and playing by the riverbank. Their laughter echoed like music, but Leo sneered at their carefree joy. Such foolishness, he growled, his voice dripping with disdain. Strength is all that matters. No amount of play will save you from my claws. The gazelles froze, their wide eyes fixed on the lion. One brave fawn, trembling but determined, spoke up. But, Your Majesty, speed helps us survive. It keeps us safe from danger. Leo threw back his head and laughed, a deep, rumbling sound that sent shivers down their spines. Survive? When I am near, your speed is meaningless. My power decides your fate. The gazelles scattered, their hearts pounding, as Leo continued his march toward the waterhole. There, a herd of wildebeest stood drinking, their eyes flickering nervously as the lion approached. What are you staring at? Leo demanded, his tail flicking impatiently. One of the older wildebeest bowed his head. Nothing, Your Majesty. We only admire your strength. Leo smirked, his chest swelling with pride. As you should. Even the elephants know better than to challenge me. He launched into another boastful tale, this time about how he had single-handedly driven a pack of hyenas from his territory. The animals listened in silence, their patience wearing thin. But none dared to speak out, none except Tomba, the tortoise. Tomba was no ordinary tortoise. His shell, weathered and wise, bore the marks of a long life lived thoughtfully. He had seen the rise and fall of many kings, and he knew that pride often preceded a fall. Slowly but steadily, he made his way through the crowd, his calm presence drawing the animals' attention. Your Majesty, Tomba began, his voice steady and respectful, you are indeed strong, but strength alone does not make a true king. Leo's eyes narrowed, his pride bristling at the tortoise's words. Are you suggesting that I am not a true king? Tomba met his gaze without flinching. I am saying that wisdom and humility are the marks of a great leader. Strength without wisdom is like a tree without roots, it may stand tall, but it will not endure. The animals held their breath, their eyes darting between Leo and Tomba. Leo's lips curled into a snarl, but then he let out a bark of laughter. Very well, old shellback. If you are so wise, prove it. Challenge me, and let us see who is greater. Tomba nodded, a small smile playing on his lips. Tomorrow at dawn, meet me at the edge of the Great Canyon. I will show you that wisdom can triumph over strength. The animals gasped, their whispers spreading like wildfire. By morning, the savannah was alive with anticipation. Animals from far and wide gathered at the canyon, their eyes fixed on the two competitors. Leo arrived fast, his golden mane catching the first light of dawn. He stood tall and proud, his muscles rippling with confidence. Tomba followed, his slow and deliberate steps carrying him to the edge of the canyon. Overnight, Tomba had constructed a maze of mirrors scavenged from abandoned human campsites. The mirrors stood like shimmering walls, reflecting the sunlight and creating a labyrinth of illusions. Leo snorted, unimpressed. What is this nonsense? He growled. Your challenge, Tomba replied. Catch me if you can, mighty Leo. With a roar, Leo charged into the maze, but he quickly came to a halt. Surrounding him were countless reflections, dozens of Leos, each as fierce and proud as the last. He swept at one, shattering the mirror, but the fragments only multiplied the reflections. Confused and frustrated, Leo lunged at another image, only to collide with another wall of glass. His roars echoed back at him, a cacophony of his own anger. He charged again and again, his strength useless against the illusions. Finally, exhausted and humbled, Leo collapsed to the ground, his breath coming in ragged gasps. Tomba emerged from behind a mirror, his eyes filled with quiet understanding. Strength alone cannot solve every problem, Tomba said gently. Sometimes, the greatest battle is the one within ourselves. Leo looked up, his pride shattered like the mirrors around him. For the first time, he saw himself not as a king, but as a creature blinded by arrogance. You have taught me a great lesson, Tomba, he admitted, his voice soft. Wisdom truly is greater than strength. From that day on, Leo ruled with humility and fairness. He listened to the advice of others and showed kindness to even the smallest creatures. Tomba remained by his side, a quiet reminder of the power of wisdom. And so, the savannah flourished under the reign of Aweza, Kinder King, while Tomba, the clever tortoise, became a legend, a small creature who had taught a lion the greatest lesson of all. The end.